Ken, this is Dennis, and I'm going to review your lesson from yesterday's Wednesday, the 23rd. Yesterday was your lesson was the 22nd of October. First time we've seen you since spring, so let's check it out. The one thing I'd like to change for you this year is a habit that you've had all along, and that's taking the club outside. You see where your hit is there? Let me bring this up a little closer in the, your hit's a little close to the, let me get you back to impact here. You see your lie angle here? The top edge of the club and the shaft. And that's a pretty big change there. So when you come back in here, we've got to get you down back to the golf ball a little bit better. And releasing it. So go back to that for a second. So it's kind of lunging out at the ball. And the reason that you hit everything low is because you carry that club in front. You de-loft the club when into impact. You're, like I said yesterday, you're one of the few seniors that I have in the area that actually does that. So you have to work on release. I want you to work on taking the club back more inside, not there. See your arms going away from your body there? Okay, so here's your hands. Right? Now watch where they go. See your arm disconnecting from your chest and your hands going outside? You really put maybe a head cover under that left arm and try to keep it on your chest a little bit, because that's a disconnect. Then you've always had a loop, but sometimes now you're not getting that loop. You know, you're not, at least as not much as I've seen you in the past. It's not bad there. I mean, it's pretty close, but I can add some pop for you if I can get you to release it. And so the difference in releasing it and not releasing it would be this. Dragging, pull the handle, pull the handle, pull the handle. Say, I want to get that club released. I want you to really work on uncocking your wrist and staying behind the ball a little bit with your body. I'd like to add some loft to some trajectory to your shots this year. Get them up in the air, you know, because you're fighting that low hit. Now, some of it, you know, as we get to be seniors, I was explaining to Comedic that when we get to be seniors, we lose speed, and therefore the ball doesn't go as high, of course. But when you go, if you get in front of the ball and drag the handle in front too much with lack of speed, that ball's not going to go very high in the air. That's why you hit everything low. So I would like to add, I still, you know what, we need the roll, of course, and I'm not saying that, but do you see how that club goes out, then it comes down, you pull the handle, pull the handle, pull the handle, now your hands are pretty far in front, your body's a little bit in front, and that's where we're getting this trajectory from. Your seven's coming off like a 3-iron, you know, and what I want to do is get you a little more spine tilt and definitely an earlier release. Now, having said that, you're going to have to get used to getting through the ball a little bit too with the lower body, because you don't want to just release it. You want to make sure that you're getting through it too, but not to me throw a million things up here, but I'd like to get rid of some of that lag that you have. That's a good hit there. And you can let your head roll a little bit earlier with the flight of the ball too. But you did get some more pop when we started releasing it. So everybody hears I'm not supposed to throw the club. I can't throw the club head away. It's early release, or it's casting, another word they use for it. But in your case, that's what you need more of, because there's too much handle dragging. And just keep working those hands up as high as you can. It's not going to get much higher for any of us, but you always keep that in mind. And like I was telling Jim, the right side has to turn. There's a handle drag with the driver too. I'd like to see that club released earlier. Uncock that right hand. Let it go. I think those are the big points. The staying behind it and the releasing of the club earlier. Add a little speed, add a little trajectory. Those are the goals for you for the year. You may want to do your drill that we did to eliminate this first part where it starts outside and then it always drops in though. So I mean, that part you've had it in your swing, so we probably be beating our head against the wall to try to get it out of there. But that part I'm not as concerned about as the handle drag, That's a good solid hit in the middle of the face there. Let your head roll with the shot too, it'll help you come through. Because if you start releasing it, if you start letting it go, we're going to need you to come through. So that's kind of my thoughts for you, is to get that was a good hit. That had some trajectory. You don't want to lose the run out, that's for sure, especially in Florida. You need the ball to run. But you do have to give it some launch, especially into the greens. You're hitting hybrids too low, fairway woods too low, and we need those more as we get older. So let's give the club some release, feel like the upper body stays behind, the lower body unwinds, and see where that takes us. Okay? All right, good to see you again.